Welcome to the Deep Dive. Our mission? Well, it's simple. Cut through all the noise, give you that shortcut to being really well informed. We dive into, stacks of sources, articles, reports, notes, and pull out the key nuggets, the surprising bits, without making your head spin.
Exactly. Taking away the overwhelm.
So today, we've got quite the mix. We're looking at a bunch of current news briefs, some editorial stuff too, from all over the globe.
Yeah.
The idea is to get a quick snapshot, a rapid-fire look at what's going on right now. Everything from, say, health policy changes to big global celebrations.
And it's interesting because these headlines, they might seem totally unrelated at first glance.
Right.
But when you put them together, they give you this unique view, a lens on global events. You start seeing connections, maybe some underlying trends you'd otherwise miss. So it's not just what's happening, but we really want to dig into the why it matters, what's the significance,
Okay, let's unpack this then. Let's start with some of these political shifts. Public health seems to be a big theme.
Yeah, definitely.
The Guardian, for example, it frames recent Trump administration actions using this phrase, war on science.
That's pretty strong framing.
It is. And specifically, they talk about actions attributed to Health Secretary RFK Jr., things like dismantling vaccine advisory panels.
Oh, wow.
And halting booster recommendations. I mean, these sound like pretty significant moves, right? Considering what those panels usually do.
They absolutely are. These advisory panels, they're normally, independent scientists looking at data, giving advice on policy.
Right. The science part.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And stopping booster recommendations. That directly impacts ongoing vaccination efforts. It's concerning, especially when you see the context our sources give us.
Which
The measles case is hitting a 33-year high.
Wow. 33 years.
Yeah. So connecting those policy changes to that statistic, it definitely raises big questions about the potential impact on public health, on community immunity.
Okay. Sticking with politics, but shifting focus. Another pretty bold move reported from the U.S., this time involving Brazil.
Ah, yes, the judges.
That's right. Reports say the U.S. revoked visas for 8 Brazilian Supreme Court judges.
Yeah, The Guardian points this out as part of ongoing political maneuvering. They link it directly to tensions and, support for former President Bolsonaro.
Okay, so there's a specific political context there.
Definitely. And it really shows a specific tool of, let's say, international diplomacy in action, doesn't it? Using visas like this as a way to exert pressure. It could potentially impact, judicial independence, international relations. It's quite a move.
Right. Powerful lever to pull. Okay, let's shift gears now. Global conflicts, humanitarian developments. There's an update regarding Gaza.
Okay.
Sources like Global News, plus The Guardian YouTube are reporting Trump's claim that 10 more Gaza hostages are expected home soon. This is amid the ceasefire talks.
Right. Now, obviously, the outcome of these things is always uncertain. But a specific claim like that, about 10 hostages, it acts like a sort of pulse check, On the pace of the talks, maybe the political will behind them?
Ah, I see. Like it could signal something changing.
Could be. Could signal a shift in leverage. Or maybe it's even a tactical leak designed to build pressure. It's more than just another detail in a very, very complex situation. It offers a bit of potential hope, but, cautiously.
Understood. Cautiously optimistic, perhaps. Now, over to Syria. Some genuinely positive news reported here.
Oh, good. What's happening?
Calm has apparently returned to Sueda. Tribal fighters have withdrawn, ending the recent clashes down in southern Syria. This is according to Wikipedia, Anadolu Ayansa, and Reuters.
That is a notable positive step, especially in a region that's seen so much instability, so much conflict for so long.
Yeah.
Any kind of de-escalation there is welcome news, particularly because, those tribal dynamics can be incredibly complicated. So
Yeah.
A rare glimpse of stability. Good to hear.
Definitely. But unfortunately, not all the news is positive. We have to turn to a really tragic incident in Vietnam.
Oh, no.
A boat capsized in Ha Long Bay.
Oh, that's terrible. Tourist boat.
Yes, a tourist ferry. Sources like Reuters and HongKongFP.com are reporting at least 35 people died when it sank. And 4 people are still missing.
Oh, just awful. 35 lives.
A truly devastating loss.
Yeah. The impact of things like this is just profound. It usually triggers reviews of safety rules, maritime protocols.
Right.
And it can really hit the local tourism industry hard, too. It's just a terrible reminder of how unpredictable things can be and how vital safety regulations are.
Absolutely. And speaking of unpredictable natural events, there was an earthquake in northern Iran.
Okay. How big?
5.6 magnitude quake.
Right, 5.6. So moderate, but definitely enough to be felt strongly. Reuters, YouTube, Anadolu Ayansi mention it rattled communities there.
Yeah.
And Iran, of course, is on major fault lines. They get earthquakes quite often. But 5.6 is still significant enough to cause real concern, for infrastructure, potential aftershocks.
Definitely a worrying event for people in that region.
Mm.
Okay, let's pivot now from those serious developments to some stories that, well, they really highlight human ingenuity, collective spirit. And this first one, here's where it gets really interesting.
Okay, intriguing.
India has completed its first inter-hospital liver swap surgery. This was in Coimbatore. India Times reported it as a groundbreaking medical milestone.
Wow. Inter-hospital, that's the key part, isn't it?
Explain that. Why is that so significant?
Well, the surgery itself is amazing, obviously, but doing it between hospitals, that requires an incredible level of logistical coordination. Just think about it, separate institutions working together seamlessly.
Right, sharing resources, timing everything perfectly.
Exactly. It sets a whole new precedent, really, for sharing resources, improving patient access. It could potentially open up a much larger donor pool. This kind of collaboration could save so many more lives. It's truly pioneering.
That's incredible. Okay, on a more celebratory note, get ready for Moon Day 2025.
Ah, Moon Day.
Yeah. Nations all around the world are apparently marking International Moon Day. Lots of educational events planned honoring the Apollo 11 legacy. The Times of India and ABC News are covering this.
What's really cool about this, I think,
Yeah.
is how it taps into that universal human fascination with space, right?
Yeah.
With exploration, with science.
Globally.
It's not just looking back at Apollo 11, it's about sparking interest for the future,
Yeah.
inspiring the next generation, especially now with all the renewed focus on lunar missions and beyond.
Good point. Keep looking up.
Right.
And the cultural event making headlines. International Chess Day.
Ah, chess.
The events are highlighting India, specifically Rajasthan this year, under the 2025 theme, Every Move Counts. That's from the Times of India and India Times.
I love that theme. Every move counts. It really highlights the global reach, the cultural weight of something like chess. It's all about strategic thinking planning. And focusing on Rajasthan, with its incredible history, that adds this wonderful cultural layer, the theme itself. It works for chess, obviously, but it also kind of speaks to the bigger idea of how individual actions contribute to, well, collective progress.
That's a great connection. Every move counts. Okay, finally, let's touch on the global economy.
Yeah.
The IMF, the International Monetary Fund, they're getting ready to release a revised global forecast.
Ah, yes. The IMF update. That's always closely watched.
So what's the context here?
Well, this update is expected late July, and it comes, interestingly, at a time when trade tensions seem to be easing off a bit. That's according to Global News, plus Reuters, Wikipedia.
Okay, easing trade tensions. That sounds positive.
It generally is. And what's fascinating is seeing how these economic indicators, they really mirror the bigger geopolitical picture,
How so?
Well, if trade tensions genuinely are reducing, that can lead to more stable supply chains, maybe more business investment.
Right, more predictability.
Exactly. And the IMF will definitely be factoring that into their new forecast. Hopefully it means slightly more optimistic projections this time around. We'll have to wait and see.
Okay, so,
Yeah.
wow. That was a lot in a short time. What does this all mean?
Yeah. We've jumped around quite a bit.
We really have. I mean, think about it. Global health policy, international politics, medical breakthroughs, tragic accidents, natural disasters, then cultural celebrations, economic forecasts. It's an incredibly diverse mix.
It is.
Our goal with this deep dive was really to give you that swift but hopefully comprehensive overview of what's happening, trying to connect some of those dots as we went.
And it really brings up, I think, an important question, doesn't it?
Which is?
Given just the sheer amount, the variety of information hitting us constantly from all over the world, how do we actually process it all?
Yeah.
How do we, as people trying to stay informed, connect these things that seem so separate? How do we build a coherent picture of the world from all these fragments? It's not just about knowing the individual facts.
Right. It's about seeing the links, the influences between them.
Exactly.
So that's the question for you listening right now.
Yeah.
How do you prioritize? How do you make sense of this constant flow? What connections do you maybe see between, say, a public health decision in one country and an economic forecast globally?
Or between a scientific achievement and, unfortunately, a natural disaster elsewhere.
Yeah. It's all part of the complex world we live in. We really encourage you to keep exploring, keep asking questions and keep connecting those dots in your own journey of understanding.